She'll look at me, she'll be like, Daddy? Daddy? Can I have some candy? Can I have some candy, Daddy? Please? I'm like, no, sweetie, you can't have candy right before bedtime. You'll be up all night. No, you can't have any candy. Then she turned into Gollum from Lord of the Rings, that little evil creature in the mountain, right? She'll be like, but I want it, Daddy! I want it! Oh, he hates Daddy, he hates him. Oh, he loves Daddy. He gives us candy sometimes. No, he hates him.
That is the very funny, family-friendly comedy from Heath Harmison. He is one of the comics featured on the new clean humor app, Dry Bar Comedy. Heath Harmison joins us to talk to us about filling the void for humor that isn't full of foul language. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's really great stuff, man. J.D. Power recently found that Americans are spending lots of money, $47 a month on streaming services, but there's a lack of clean entertainment, and that's where Dry Bar Comedy comes in. Talk to us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is Dry Bar came out, I don't know, I think it's three and a half years ago now, and I was one of the very first to do it, and I was kind of one of the guinea pigs of the whole thing. So, we didn't know what it would do, and it's kind of exploded, and it's been great. It's helped me a ton with a lot of corporate events, things like that, because then people know if they're getting a Dry Bar comic, they know that they're going to get a clean show, something that isn't going to be vulgar, that's not going to be offensive to the people that come to their event. Because when you got events like that, you got people from all walks of life. So you got to be careful.
Heath, how did we get here? And there are people who say, oh, clean comedy, it's not, it's not funny. But Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, Seinfeld, so many of the famous comics of the past that you could watch today, even though they performed 40 years ago, and laugh yourself silly, they worked clean. And we just don't see that anymore. We don't hear that anymore. Why the change?
I think, in the business, it's a lot of trying to do something new, trying to create something that nobody's seen before. And dirty comedy's been around since it started,
right.
But yeah, you're right. There's a certain energy from a comic that can do it clean. Brian Regan is a good example. Jim Gaffigan, these guys that have these clean personas on stage have a following that is insane. Guys selling out Madison Square Garden and these guys are people of the country, and people love them for it. And they are very well respected in the business from all comics, dirty or clean.
Yeah, it just seems that the cleaner comedy, if you watched Carson, all right, and late night talk shows, it was smarter. Now, is doing sort of smarter comedy, is it too hard? Do people just say, well, it's just easier to be, sort of direct and vulgar?
Right. I think that dirtier is easier. I think. Me being a clean comic, it's kind of my nature. It taught me to be respectful and loving to people, and that's kind of how I like to present myself on stage, to create this likability factor, so that people, anybody can watch my stand-up with their kids in the room.
Yeah.
And I have my sets where I've gone PG-13 and stuff like that. I'm not like perfect or anything, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I try and write for the masses, not just for a certain group.
Yeah. Yeah, and Heath, do you find that people are starting to push back? I mean, is this whether it's Dry Bar or something else? Is it starting to get some momentum? Because I talk to people all the time, particularly parents, who are just saying, it's gone too far. This isn't even funny anymore.
You got guys, Richard Pryor, George Carlin. These guys, they would push the envelope, and they would say things on stage that would shock people, and people loved them for it. but I think comics have decided, okay, well, what can I do that George Carlin didn't do, or Richard Pryor, that can get these people, that I can shock them into laughter.
Yeah.
But and I'm not I'm not a shock comic, I guess. But I think that there is we're in a place where clean comedy is being sought after, and I don't think a lot of people knew it existed, because when you heard stand-up comedy, you thought, oh, it's going to be dirty, so I can't watch that. If you're a conservative person that doesn't, like to hear vulgar stuff.
Heath, I feel like the comedy today, and you sort of alluded to this, isn't really funny anymore. It's kind of angry. It's even sort of hateful. Why can't we laugh at ourselves anymore? And sort of what is your message to Americans who kind of are struggling with the fact that we live in this very sort of dark and angry, society right now, with cancel culture and sort of radicalism, and people, like you said, pushing the envelope all the time to try and shock folks?
Right. You know what? I have a couple of bits that went viral that I got all sorts of messages from people, and it's, people are deciding to be offended or upset about everything these days. So it's making it really tough for comics to do any kind of material.
Yeah.
And I think my message would be, as a comic, it is our job to take sometimes the hardest things in life. As a comic, I feel like it's my job to bring light to things so that you can take away its power and negativity that it brings. And there's a way to do it. There's a way to say it. There's a way, and some comics don't know that way. They don't know how to go close to the line, but not go over it.
Yeah, well, it's an art, and you certainly know what you're doing, man. Heath Harmison, thank you so much. Dry Bar Comedy, check it out. It's terrific. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.